¿Sabías que por cada euro que destinamos a prevenir desastres naturales podemos ahorrar hasta 15 en reconstrucción? Invertir hoy puede evitar mucho sufrimiento mañana. El momento de actuar es ahora. Sevilla, capital mundial de un futuro que no puede esperar.
What if I were to tell you that these pictures were caused by global warming? Global warming causes several negative effects on the environment and organisms. Carbon dioxide enters the atmosphere by burning fossil fuels. Methane is emitted during production and transportation of coal, natural gases, and oil. Nitrous oxide is emitted during industrial activities and combustion of fossil fuels and solid waste. Fluorinated gases are emitted from industrial processes. Extreme weather events such as forest fires occur more frequently, and these events are devastating to the environment and animal populations. The warming of the earth causes polar ice to melt, causing severe devastation on animals. Polar bears are nearing extinction because the ice caps are melting, giving polar bears a disadvantage to hunt and having nowhere to raise their cubs. Approximately 9% of the ice is melting every 10 years. If we pass the 2 degrees Celsius limit, then there will be a worse effect on the environment and the effects will happen more rapidly. Burning fossil fuels such as coal releases carbon dioxide and gases get trapped in the atmosphere, causing the greenhouse effect. Global warming has caused overall temperatures to increase dramatically over several years. Global warming decreases the air quality. Allergies are more common, and diseases will migrate around the earth because of the warming of areas. To reduce global warming is to drive less, carpool, recycle, plant a tree because trees can absorb carbon dioxide, and most important, spread awareness to others so they can help reduce global warming also.
Region.
Really, it is a matter of survival for a lot of these polar bears because many are drowning because of the melting ice.
The research team is also drafting the Polar Bear Conservation Management Plan, which will lay out some guidelines for protecting the animals that are being threatened by habitat loss.
Than it was in 1900. And not only are we piling in more and more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but we are chopping down the forests of the earth at a great rate. And the forests themselves are the most efficient consumers of carbon dioxide that there are on Earth. We're going to destroy the ground because the soil of a rainforest isn't very good. We are actually tampering with the climate of the Earth and with the very atmosphere that we breathe. When we talk about the disappearance of the ozone layer, we don't know what will happen when the ozone layer goes. The world has become so fragile that we cannot subject the Earth to the tortures we can now inflict upon it. When we talk about the greenhouse effect, we're talking about something that affects the entire Earth. And these problems are life and death problems. They go to the root of the viability of the planet itself. If there's one thing that is biologically certain about the human species is that it is a human species, one species.
If we don't stop the destruction of our natural world, nothing else will matter. Simply put, if we don't protect nature, we can't protect ourselves.
The only way we can solve a problem is by a human solution. Never can we sit back and wait for miracles to save us. Miracles don't happen. Sweat happens. Efforts happens. Thought happens.
We are the main contributors to this ongoing threat.
We are trapping in heat, causing temperatures to rise, disrupting the Earth's natural energy balance.
People all over the world, especially the youth, are rising up and demanding change.
Reducing plastic waste starts with small, everyday choices. Choosing to bike, walk, or use public transport can help lower carbon emissions.
Clean energy like solar and wind can replace fossil fuels and reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Volunteering to clean up our communities and plant trees helps heal the earth.
Every action counts. Every voice matters. Together, we can protect our only home.
The time to act is now. We can no longer wait. If we don't want our planet to die.
Tools you can use to fight global warming. By walking instead of driving 2 miles each day, you can eliminate 730 pounds of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere each year. Plus, I think you save a few bucks.
Do your part and wipe out a ton of CO2 at home this year. Then write the president. Tell him to go to the Earth Summit and sign a treaty that will stop global warming.
World is collapsing. Take the CO2 challenge and stop the gas.
Global warming fast. It won't be inconvenient. It'll be intolerable.
Chicago now gets 2 weeks of 90-degree weather. In just 60 years, it could expect 2 months of it.
Much of Florida and Long Island could find itself underwater as sea levels rise.
Every man, woman, and child can help make a difference, and that includes you.
The Sierra Club can show you how. Find out today. Your kids, their kids, are counting on you.
Global warming is caused by human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and farming. Factories and vehicles are increasing the temperature by adding pollution from emissions into the atmosphere. Temperatures are rising due to increased CO2 levels and other greenhouse gases trapping radiation into the atmosphere, causing a rise in temperatures globally. Deserts are expanding due to severe convection transporting sand. Global warming is causing glaciers to melt and causing rises in sea level. Species are forced to relocate and some are dying because they have no places to live.
Global warming is an increase of Earth's average surface temperatures due to rising levels of greenhouse gases. Gases in the atmosphere absorb the radiating infrared radiation and prevent it from escaping into space. This is known as a greenhouse effect. Global levels of greenhouse gases have been steadily increasing. In 1990, they were more than 14% higher than in 1960. Greenhouse gases increased 40% from 1990 to 2016, and of that, carbon dioxide accounted for the largest percentage of the increase. Meteorological records show that from 1890 to the mid-1990s, the average global temperature rose by between 0.4 and 0.7 degrees Celsius. About 0.2 degrees Celsius of this temperature increase has occurred since 1950. The effect of global warming imply severe drought, severe flooding, impact on habitats, loss of biodiversity, colder winters and warmer summers. Something has to be done. In 2015, world leaders crafted new climate goals at the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change conference in Paris, France. The Paris Agreement aimed to limit the rise in global temperature to less than 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels and provide countries with the tools needed to best combat climate change. The agreement was re-signed by President Trump. It's clear that the government has to take action on this issue. The amount of greenhouse gases released by factories, cars, oil spills, and others need to be reduced. This issue could turn the planet we know into a desert zone.
Very hot, and getting hotter. Unfortunately, thanks to global warming, the 1990s were the hottest decade on record, and scientists predict it's going to keep getting warmer. That means big changes, rising sea levels, more intense storms, droughts, and flooding. The way we use fuel and energy is causing global warming, but we can slow it down if we take action now. Global warming isn't cool. Stopping it is. Find out how you can make a difference. Visit climatestar.org for more information.